All right, everybody. I promised I would be back with a brand new DC update for the things that I have gathered over the last couple of days. So we're going to jump right in here and get started with these photos and what some of this stuff might mean. So let's take a look. So the first interesting thing here that I wanted to point out is that Zack Snyder, his Rebel Moon trailer, actually is the biggest teaser trailer launch for a Netflix original movie in the company's history. And that is according to Google Trends. This movie alone has garnered so much attention. Zack Snyder is now very well sought after, and Warner Brothers know they made a mistake by letting him go. And because of that, they're going to do everything to bury this guy in the future, but they will sure repackage his films to try and sell them to all of the fans that he still has, which is crazy to me that they're going to still, take money from him, but then bury him in the back, which is just freaking crazy to me. So James Gunn shares disappointing update on new Superman costume. What does it mean? No red pants or red underwear? No red underwear or red underwear? Let's see what he had to say. So someone asked him, "Can you post the Superman suit already?" He said, "Not even slightly close to doing that. Everything's at a standstill right now because of this strike that's going on and is not going to end anytime soon." All right, here we go. DC officially announces new Justice League trilogy. All right, what in the world does this mean? Well, let's take a look at the article. So here we go. DC Justice League trilogy announced by Warner Brothers. The DC animated adventures have been quite good, especially those produced under the Tomorrowverse banner. So far, the animated universe has produced films like Superman, Man of Tomorrow in 2020, Batman, The Long Halloween the year later, and the newest R-rated venture, Justice League Warworld, which I have not checked out. I haven't heard good things about it. Adding to their Justice League coverage, My Milo has updated his personal website, including his serving as animation director on the new trilogy entitled Justice League Crisis 1, 2, and 3. So let's see what this is. This reveal is even more exciting because the Tomorrowverse team will be adapting the ever-popular DC story Crisis on Infinite Earths. While the Arrowverse more recently adapted this will be the first time that it's handled in animation form. It will also be broken into 3 parts, which we imagine will be chock full of comic-accurate coverage. We can hope. Crisis on Infinite Earths is sort of the Secret Wars for DC. It deals with a changing point for the DC universe, as the timelines converge when the Anti-Monitor starts to destroy many realities so he can take dominion over them. Considering the animated universe has also been broken up, we imagine this might be the trilogy that leads directly into James Gunn's DCU. We got to speak to Justice League Warworld producer James Craig at San Diego Comic-Con, where he divulged that he hopes the Tomorrowverse inspires Gunn. We asked if the Tomorrowverse movies will be leading to an eventual crossover into the DCU. Craig states, "I think the movies yet to come post-Tomorrowverse will reflect the James Gunn universe, I hope." With Craig's comments at Comic-Con and the new Tomorrowverse Justice League trilogy tackling Crisis on Infinite Earths, we imagine these animated films will inform Gunn's DCU direction. We hope that James Gunn plans to hire many of the animated team for the Tomorrowverse, as they have been producing some incredible films, and this new Crisis trilogy will be more of the same. DC can surpass Marvel if it creates a massive universe that spans animated live-action shows and films into one vast story of continuity. Yeah, we'll see what this leads to. It's going to be interesting if they do this first and then it leads into Superman Legacy. This may be what kicks it all off. We don't know. This is just all speculation on their part. All right, so I wanted to point something out which came across my plate when I was actually traveling, dropping my daughter off for college with my wife. And I called bullcrap on this right away. And this is the stuff that gets sent my way. And this is obviously 100% fake, and I'm going to explain why. First of all, you can look at the top and it says Variety instead of Variety. And it says Aquaman 2 reportedly lost in Warner Brothers servers. Movie cannot be located. Warner Brothers has reportedly lost all footage of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Reports say that any physical or digital copies of the film have gone missing, literally becoming lost in the studio Burbank's lot. Impossible, guys. They do not... I called this out even before seeing that it was not from the real Variety. This is impossible. This would never happen. If anything like this ever happened, it would have been on purpose by the studio, not by accident. They do not keep these movies on one single server or in one location. They are spread out so that it is protected. They could never lose it like this. So this one was easy to root out as complete and utter BS. Now, I had somebody asking me, some lawyer who likes to troll my posts, and I did some homework for him so that he could see this because he said he couldn't find it. And this is that girl who came out and said she's a review person who said that, she was going to give Snyder Cut a poor review the moment it's released because Zack Snyder is terrible. Sarah Cartland. I went on to her Twitter looking for these comments. Somebody had to grab it from somewhere. Her stuff doesn't go back that far. It shows that she has like 35,000 tweets or whatever, but it wouldn't go back to when this stuff was released, so I couldn't actually pull up that actual post. But this is what people have been passing around. And this just goes to show you that everybody's against Zack Snyder. Rotten Tomatoes, its primary purpose was for movie reviews. Because of this scandal that happened, its original purpose is utterly irrelevant anymore. You cannot trust anything on Rotten Tomatoes. You can't trust what the critics are giving you, and you certainly can't trust the audience anymore because they've been paid off, and this has been going on for the last 5 years, at least the last 5 years. And so there's no way to know how deep and how far it goes, but this website's reputation has been utterly destroyed for good. You cannot trust anything that comes from Rotten Tomatoes. Now, a lot of people were messaging me about the DCEU movies that are now streaming on Amazon Prime Video. And I called this out a long time ago. I told you that they were going to they can sell these properties and license them out to whomever so that they can bring money into the studio. And it says Warner Brothers Discovery started rolling out DCEU movies on Max's rival streaming platform Prime Video, including Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, Wonder Woman 1984, Aquaman, Black Adam, and Shazam. According to Deadline, it's part of Warner Brothers Discovery's strategic and financial move to promote its IPs to a wider audience. So, guys, I have a little tease here. I will be doing a review on this Batman the Ultimate Movie Collection from McFarland Toys. I'm going to be doing 2 unboxings pretty soon. I still have this, and I did a tease of the McFarland Batman from Hush that I still haven't opened. It's been sitting in the other room. I got tied up doing my shooting cabinet. So I will be doing a review on this bad boy very soon. It's pretty freaking awesome. I don't like the version of the Ben Affleck Batman that they used. I'm still waiting to get a true either Batman versus Superman version of Superman or of Batman, or from basically I want the version from Batman versus Superman, and we have yet to get that specific Batman, and I wish that's the one I wish it was the one that they would have included with this packaging, but they did not. And this package is massive. You cannot get an idea of how big it is by this picture. It is massive. All right, so there's been a lot of talk about the directors from Batgirl and how they feel very slighted. I used to be in support of them canceling this because of the direction they were going on getting rid of Ben Affleck, but they really weren't going to get rid of Ben Affleck. They were going to have both of these Batmen in the same universe. And it's very interesting what these 2 directors have come out and talked about recently, but they feel like they never got their day in court. And the Batgirl directors were also very sad after watching The Flash. And they were sad because they knew that they were never going to be a part of that universe, and they had planned to be. And it was interesting, you know, one of the changes that Gunn definitely made is he killed off Michael Keaton's Batman at the end of The Flash. That was something that was definitely added. And he was going to survive and actually be in the DCEU when The Flash actually tried to come back to the normal time period. And this film, they talked about how this film was going to be more in line with Tim Burton's original Batman universe than the feel of The Flash, which would have been good because The Flash was somewhat of a mess. Although I did buy The Flash on 4K Steelbook, I'll be getting that sometime here in the next week and a half, and I did get Batman Mask of the Phantasm on 4K. I will be picking that up either later today or tomorrow, and I will be doing a review on that as well, and I'm going to compare it. I'm actually going to compare it to the Blu-ray, and I'm going to take a look, and I'll let you guys know the differences between the pictures. But I'm looking forward to getting those. This is disheartening now after seeing and understanding what was happening behind the scenes. This is a film that I really wish people could see. I would like to see more Michael Keaton Batman, and it did have Jim Gordon in it. It would have tied into the DCEU. But again, this was a decision that happened when Gunn came in and just blew everything up. So as you guys saw by my first video this morning, I did a little kind of a review on the Aquaman 2 teaser trailer that came out a couple days ago, and they do have the full trailer coming out this Thursday. So it says the Aquaman 2 marketing campaign finally begins. And I don't know if you can really call it a marketing campaign because they're not really allowed to market these films because of the strike. And the best we're probably going to get are some TV spots and also the trailer. But outside of that, they can't really come out and talk about this or promote it. And it's going to be interesting to see how they get around that because this strike, like I said, is scheduled to go into early next year. Now, here's something that just came across my plate prior to doing this video. This is from My Time to Shine Hello on Twitter. He's often right about a lot of things. You got to take this one with a grain of salt, though. We don't know for sure. But he seems to be right on most of his stuff. And it says the Flash's rogues are coming to the DCU. Doesn't have any details, but that could be happening soon. And here again, another report about the Batgirl directors opening up about how it felt to watch The Flash and be reminded that their film will never be released. All right, so there's the information that I have pulled from the last couple of days. I am still under the weather. I hope to be better completely, hopefully, in the next couple of days. But I will have a lot of videos coming out. I have those unboxings. I'm going to be talking about the 4K discs that I'll be picking up. I still have my Indiana Jones Lego reviews I need to do, and it does look like that Indiana Jones is going to get shelved by Disney. I've been talking about this for a while, and I've mentioned this in a couple of my other videos where I think they're going to shelve that character entirely because Hasbro Pulse is coming out with their new toy kind of sneak peek coming up for later, and nothing Indiana Jones is involved. And we were supposed to get a fourth Indiana Jones Lego set, and there were supposed to be more released this past August to line up with the film that was just released in theaters, and those never came to fruition. So I think Disney is yanking all of the licensing, and they're going to bury Indiana Jones, which is sad. But that's what you can expect from the House of Mouse. All right, guys, so there's my DC update for the day. I will be back with one more video tonight after Ahsoka Episode 5, which is supposed to change a lot of things. It's supposed to be the best single hour of anything Star Wars on TV since Disney Plus's inception, and possibly even the movies that have been released since Disney took over. So we will see you with that review, and I will see you on the next DC update as well. I do appreciate the support. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified as I have new videos go up.